Why are you in this business?
We started looking at the way the world was going, and we started thinking about like climate change. And our end goal right now is if we can just get 1% of the cars in Eugene off the road, we'll have done our part. Riding an e-bike, you're reducing your carbon footprint dramatically compared to a car. In Europe specifically, the e-bike market, I think they said it was growing by 7% a year now, whereas regular bike markets are shrinking.
What's the feedback once people have gotten an e-bike or ridden or tested out an e-bike?
For the most part, our target audience is 45 to 75. And we have people that are 60, 70 years old coming in and they haven't ridden a bike in 10 or 15 years. Every time someone comes by with their bike and says, I'm really enjoying this, I've ridden more than I have before, it's very gratifying. I haven't seen many people like 18 to 30 come in. I'm not sure if it's that they don't know about it or if it's just not interesting to students. I know as soon as I got on one, I was kind of hooked on it. I'd love to see more college students. I think it would be a really efficient way to get people around campus. Any bike, as long as it doesn't have an extremely unique geometry, can be pretty easily converted. You can either use a throttle, and that turns on the motor instantaneously, or most of the bikes have what's called pedal assist. And the pedal assist basically just means that the motor feels you pedaling and gives you extra power accordingly. A lot of people use a bicycle just for pleasure riding or for exercise, whereas an e-bike, for the most part, is going to be a transportation replacement. It gives you no excuses to not get on your bike. If it's a heavy wind day, still get on your bike. If it's raining a bit, still get on your bike. You have a hill, still get on your bike. People that get on e-bikes, or that own e-bikes, generally get more exercise over the course of the year because they'll use their e-bike more. You can choose to use your power, liberally and use the throttle, gun around town, but then, your battery's gonna be dead. But if you use your pedal assist and throttle conservatively, you can have it going all day.
How would you prevent the theft of these bikes?
E-bikes are actually less of a target for theft than a regular bike, simply because they look like they might have trackers, they're less common, they stand out more. A bike thief is a thief of opportunity. They'll grab a regular giant frame or, Schwinn frame because there's 1,000 of them in the college, But if someone steals a bright red e-bike, then the cops would be out looking for a bright red e-bike. Until they get to the point where e-bikes are as common as regular bikes, they're not going to get stolen as much. You can get almost anywhere in Eugene on a bike path. Usually follow the river. From Springfield, it'll take me 15, 20 minutes at the most. On any day when there's high traffic, I can actually beat traffic, especially like going down High Street or Pearl Street in those one-ways. I'm usually ahead of traffic.
Are there any environmental benefits? How frequent do you have to replace the batteries, and how long does it take to charge these e-bikes?
So to charge your e-bike, it usually takes 5 to 6 hours for a full charge. In saying that, they charge logarithmically. So they charge kind of like that. So your first hour, hour and a half, you'll get 50, 60% of your charge. So if you're, at a lunch date or you're home for 20 minutes, you can plug in your battery, get another 20, 30%. As far as replacing the batteries, if you take good care of your battery, you can expect it to last 3 to 5 years or longer. If you don't take care of your battery, like any electronics, it could be less than 3 years. And then environmental benefits, if you're using your e-bike as a replacement for your car, you're reducing your carbon footprint. It's as simple as that. Charging these takes 2 to 5 cents of electricity each charge.
Wow.
It's extremely cheap per mile because, you're only powering, a 150-pound human and a 50-pound bike rather than a 3,000-pound machine and a 150-pound human.
Could you make any additional comments about the safety of electric bikes?
Wear a helmet. By law, an e-bike with its motor alone can only go 20 miles an hour, and the motor and the rider combined can only go 28 miles an hour. After that, it's all the rider, so you're already limited to a reasonable biking speed. So as long as you're wearing a helmet and you're not performing stunts and going off jumps, it's going to be just as safe as a regular bike. To be fair, the bike is a bit heavier, but it's not enough to warrant concern. A 50-pound e-bike is the same weight as a bike was in the 70s or the 60s.
How many do you sell per day?
On a busy day in the summer, we could probably hope to sell 5 in a day, and that would be a really good day. In the slower season right now, 1 or 2 a week.